Around the table, let me introduce our guests today. We have Mark Bradford, Region CEO of Old National.
Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. We also have Kelly Hartman, co-founder of Outside the Box.
Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome, as well as Dane Nutty, Executive Director of Indy Public Safety Foundation.
And thanks for having me.
Did you all practice
Good
that?
job, everyone.
We did.
Very good.
Not a lot of
One down.
creativity.
For
Yeah.
the first 30 seconds. Good job.
Well, Dane, you're actually you're participating as a chef this year. What made you get involved in this event? And we'll unpack the event here in a second here. And what's your background in cooking?
Not very much, but last year I kind of maybe cheated a little bit and partnered with a restaurant that helped me out a little bit. But the reason why we get involved in this is pretty simple. It's to support Old National Bank and the great work they do in our community. And this year we're so excited to support Outside the Box through that. I think it's such a great, cool event. It's a model that's not utilized very often throughout the nonprofit community. I think it's just great that Old National takes the lead on that.
Very cool, very cool. Well, let's tell you what the event's all about here. The 100 Men Who Cook event is brought to you by Old National Bank and hosted at Outside the Box. And so tell us about the event, and we know it's coming up February 17th, but Mark, you want to give us a rundown of what this event is?
Sure, and actually this started about 10 years ago at Old National. Throughout the footprint, we've raised $5 million plus in the various communities that we serve throughout the Midwest. But what I like to compare it to is just a large tailgate party in the middle of February. So many of the events you go to are kind of stuffy, and there's a program, and we don't have any of that. You just come and enjoy cooking and a lot of socializing, and we try to keep the prepared speeches to a minimum.
5 minutes or less, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So it's great to be able to see so many executives come out and be able to share and not only just want to contribute to a charitable organization, but also bring their wares out. I mean, they got some good recipes there.
Oh, absolutely. And there are some people that, particularly the grilling, I think if you like grilled meats, you're in the right place. Some of the chefs have gone more heart healthy and done things that are, I guess, more for the vegetarians, for other people, but
For the
really,
other people.
that didn't come out the
My
way I
creme brulee
wanted it
last
to.
year was
Thank
not
you,
part of that
Brittany.
menu.
Yeah.
How do you grill a creme brulee?
You don't grill.
Yeah.
I fired with I had a torch that I actually got to use on site there for kind of that top portion of the creme brulee.
Got it.
So
got
are
it.
there desserts at this?
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Every course.
Then I'm in.
There
Okay.
are salads, there are soups, there are appetizers, main courses are the big attraction, but I think you can find a little bit of anything there.
And is there alcohol?
Absolutely. You have to pay for it. We don't give it away free, but if you pay for it, I think you can enjoy it, and then it will give you something to wash down the meal with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the mission behind the event and what you're really trying to accomplish?
Well, I think Kelly'd be a great person
Kelly, let's
because we
hear it.
are supporting Outside the Box, which is an incredible agency.
Well, and I just want to make sure people understand this is like a tailgate party, but it's not outside.
No.
It
Which is even better.
It's not going to be
In
outside.
February, you're right.
And people are not grilling indoors. It is a safe event. But I think the great thing is, as you shared, Old National Bank being really such a great community partner. They are taking the philanthropic lead and celebrating what they believe are some of the great local organizations who are doing good work for people locally. And Outside the Box is so super excited about being the beneficiary of funds raised this year. And what we do is, so the mission for this year, because each beneficiary only gets to celebrate this 1 year, we were chosen this year, and we provide supports to people with intellectual challenges who are on course to have a better life, and we are part of that.
That's excellent. That's excellent, and what a fantastic cause, and kudos to involving yourself in such a well needed organization. So Dane, your work with Indy Public Safety Foundation you hold a signature event each and every year as well, right?
We do, absolutely, yes. So that goes on at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the fall. And the goal is similar to what we all do nonprofits, is we want to introduce people to our mission. And with public safety, that's pretty easy. So we bring out all the fun stuff of police, fire, EMS, the trucks, the toys, and allow people to really get hands-on and experience what our first responders do every day.
Excellent, excellent.
Kelly, getting back to you and outside the box a little bit, you are all about building partnerships with the community.
Oh, yeah.
What makes this partnership so unique and so special with Old National Bank?
Old National Bank has been such a great partner with us. It seems anything that we've ever needed, Old National Bank steps up, and they are our bank, which is awesome. And so when you're a not-for-profit, there's a lot of implications there, right? You make no money. You don't have a lot of ability
profits,
to
yes.
borrow.
You didn't tell us that when we got involved here.
So we need really nice people to give us money, no? And so their foundation has been very involved in supporting our mission in the community. I think that they have really empowered us to learn about how to make the most of the resources we do have, and have been a great partner in that. And, we work with a population of folks who need to understand how important relationships are. And Old National Bank has always had open doors to us being part of their community as bankers in Indianapolis. And so it's been really an awesome partnership. We love Old National Bank.
We love you back.
What a great endorsement.
We should be doing a commercial.
So let's talk more about the beneficiary of the event.
That's you all, yeah.
And who's going to be lifted up with the money that's going to be raised, and how this helps your organization.
Well, Outside the Box provides a unique service, for people who may not be familiar with supports for individuals with intellectual disabilities. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we don't think much past the school system, special education for folks until they reach a certain age. But what happens then if they are not ready for perhaps a trade school or college, or if they're not able to be independent, And so places like Outside the Box provide an opportunity for those individuals to continue their education post-secondary. Each of our individuals are on a track. Maybe their next career step is going to be volunteerism. Mm-hmm. Maybe their next career step is going to be practicing job skills. It may not be directly going straight into a job. And so from that skill development all the way through to employment and working with employers, mm-hmm. that is what Outside the Box does for adults with intellectual challenges. Currently, we serve about 350 individuals in our Indianapolis location. We have a waiting list of more than 70. We've started a new program that is only based in the community, so outside of our facility, because we need to reach people in new and different ways. These funds will not only help us look at how to have a bigger footprint geographically, but also how to infuse the program that we do have and the programs that we're expanding so that we can reach more people.
Is there an age range that those programs serve? So is it
traditionally
all ages? Is it?
So, and that's the other thing. We started as a program that was primarily for young adults who left mm-hmm. high school. It has extended into, we have folks who they consider themselves retired. They're older, and they do what all of us want to do when we're older, which is not work and hang out in the community and do fun things.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So if I get there. And then we also have folks who are really interested before the high school age. So we're looking at, we do some summer programming. We interact with some school-age kids so that they can begin to experience our program before they graduate.
Gosh, that's great.
And for all of you who are joining our stream in progress, we just wanted to come around and introduce our guest again. We have a number of individuals here. Mark Bradford, Region CEO of Old National. We also have Kelly Hartman, co-founder of Outside the Box, and Dane Nutty, Executive Director of Indy Public Safety Foundation. We had a little bit of a short start there on the stream. We want to make sure that everybody knows who's in the house today.
I blame the internet.
So, I mean, what a fantastic foundation, and forgive me, the origins of Outside the Box. Where did it come from? Who started this foundation?
So, I provide services through my other big girl job, which is Insights Consulting, and we work with folks who are behaviorally challenged or who may need residential supports, who have also have intellectual challenges, and we continue to hear that there needed to be another option. And as we sat down and talked about it, the other co-founder, which is Megan Greek, her and I sat and talked constantly, and we kept saying, we need to think outside the box. We need something different. We need to look at different ways to reach people. And as we continued to say outside the box, I said, let's see if that name's available. So that's where Outside the Box came from. We are entering our 10th year of supporting folks. currently our location is at 56th and Benford on the northeast side, in an old nursing home. Believe it or not, that was which the coolest thing about an old nursing home is every classroom has a bathroom. If you think about
that's
that,
not bad
right?
at all.
And so, like I said, we have about 350 folks in the program there. We do the day programming, which is the majority of the folks that we reach. We also do employment services, and we have an art program.
Dane, I want to circle around back to you and kind of ask from the chef perspective. So part of this event is obviously fundraising for the greater good of the event. What has your experience been fundraising for the event and kind of trying to prepare your dishes? As a chef, what is this experience like as a chef?
Well, admittedly, I've gotten a slow start this year, but don't worry. I will pick up. I promise.
Giddy up.
Yeah, I found though last year, and I'm sure this is going to be the case again this year, it's really easy to get my friends, my networks, and my families to support this because it's a partner as strong as Old National Bank supporting an innovative solution to one of the issues we face in our community, like outside the box. So I threw it out there like we all do, typically on Facebook, and I think last year within the first maybe hour or two, I had $1,000 from just friends and family, members that wanted to support not only me and probably make fun of me a little bit for the fact that I'm actually preparing food for 100 people, but also to support, of course, the organization that's the beneficiary.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And so as far as Old National is concerned, what other ways does Old National actually support the community? I mean, it's not only one event,
Sure.
right? What else is happening for 100 Men Who Cook explicitly?
Other than the 100 Men Who Cook, obviously, the neat thing is the event is held at the Old National Center.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
So it absolutely is. And so we have supported the Old National Center for I think over 5 years, and that's been a great partnership that we have. Another partnership we just entered into, in the last 2 years, is with the Indianapolis Children's Museum, which we're very, very proud of.
Good friends of ours, those people.
Oh, and I mean, it's just one of the premier places in the country, obviously. And so we're very excited about that partnership. A new one we just entered into was with Butler University. And so we now have the Old National Bank Center for Closely Held Business. That doesn't roll off the tongue, but I can tell you that a lot of our clients are closely held businesses. And so we thought, what better way to do it to partner with a brand such as Butler that has such great recognition, I think for all the right reasons, and then with their closely held businesses, with their School of Business, the Andre Lacey School of Business, and that's been a great partnership. And that is in addition, where we got to know outside the box is we've had associates of Old National Bank on your board for a long time. They came back and were very, very passionate about it. And what we try to do is support a lot of the great not-for-profits in the Indianapolis area, and especially those that we have associates that are on boards or volunteer or do great things for them. It's easy for us to support those agencies that our folks are passionate about.
That's something I think we've noticed as the show has gone on is that the Indianapolis community is so hungry to hold individuals up, companies up, events. We're such a philanthropic community when you really stop and think about it. Like we really tap into each other and hold each other up as much as possible. And Butler's another organization that just goes above and beyond in terms of, helping people out and providing that aid. So it's great. I just think what a nice little community we live in. It's a good place, this Indy.
And the can-do attitude is something that you just see that if you have a good cause, people are willing to support it.
Well, and if you can't, then somebody else is going to help you figure it out too. I just feel like there's, we're troubleshooters too in Indianapolis, I feel like.
I think so.
And spotlighters, because a lot of the times, if you don't make your way to main circuit type of communication, sometimes that spotlight doesn't get shown. And part of the community side of this is everybody needs to be able to lift up, and the tribes that every brand represents, however large, are loyal, are dedicated, and they're cause-oriented, they're cause-driven. So
I believe that.
It's not about the size of the community. It's about the passion to be able to lift up and to be able to showcase some needed attention to these organizations.
Right.
Did you tell us what you're preparing for this? What is your dish?
I didn't. I haven't actually selected it yet.
Oh, you're
I
that
have a
prepared,
couple
huh?
options.
So
I
what's
have
the
a couple
restaurant
options,
going to
right?
be
Yes,
for
what
you?
what are your options? I would love a vote in this.
So I was thinking on the dessert side of it to maybe do like an eclair type of thing. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me too, right?
Okay.
But why not? I have the Food Network, so and YouTube.
I mean,
I
exactly.
can figure out how to do it, right?
That's
But
like basically going to school for it, right?
exactly.
Watching some
I have a
YouTube
degree,
videos.
yeah. But I also last year I did dessert, so I maybe thought stray into kind of a different area. And there's a couple of salads I can't disclose what they are.
There's secret salads,
Well, because
obviously.
St.
One's a-
Elmo's preparing it for you, right?
No, they're not.
Oh,
No, this is all Dane Nutty this year.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
All
I got
right.
a lot of heat last year for being the only one that I thought it was a genius idea. It wasn't prohibited in the rules, and I reached out and found a partner that wanted to teach me how, the executive chef of St. Elmo's, to teach me how to make my dishes last year. So
Since Dane's being so mysterious, what I'm doing again this year is it's a pulled chicken, barbecued pulled chicken
Yum.
sliders on
delicious.
the Hawaiian buns, the little Hawaiian buns. So if y'all are hungry, come by and see me because
Sounds delicious.
I hate to brag, but they really, really are good.
That's awesome.
All right, so to showcase all of this great food, we got to know where to go. So we know it's at the Old National Center.
Absolutely.
And it's February 17th.
Right.
Let's get a time on the docket here.
Social hour starts at 6 o'clock. 6:45, the chef parade, and that's a lot of fun. That the 100 chefs come into the room. We haven't picked the song for which the chefs come in,
Oh,
but
fun.
if you want to see if you think they're bad cooks, you ought to see how bad they dance. Because
It's not
it's not good at all.
Even after social hour when there's been
yeah.
alcohol involved?
Well, we think we dance better after
Okay,
social
well, exactly,
hour, but
exactly.
but we've seen the tapes and it's not very good. And so
Maybe
then,
you can incorporate dance lessons too. Like
I'm not sure
No?
that's going to
Okay,
work.
well,
probably not a good idea.
No.
It just gets worse from there.
Yeah. So we will have opening remarks, and again, we'll keep those very, very brief, and then really we'll just enjoy one another, enjoy great food, and have a great time. Come back at the end. We have awards for the top chefs as far as the different categories are concerned. And something we didn't do last year that we're going to do this year is we will name the recipient of the 2019 100 Men Who Cook. The beneficiary that we select, and we think that's going to be pretty exciting. They've done that in some of our other communities, and people really like that, and you try to create a little bit of drama behind that.
you don't want to offer some breaking news here right now and tell us?
We don't know. We are just now accepting applications, so I better not do that because other people who might submit a great nomination might be reluctant to do so.
All right, to find out more, you go over to search 100 Men Who Cook Indianapolis. You can also go to the website, 100menwhocookindy.com, right?
Yep, and that's up on the screen too.
Yep, we got it and got it right there. And on Twitter, OTB Indy to connect with Outside the Box. How else can we find Outside the Box and find out more about your organization?
You can go to our website, which is otbonline.org.
.org.
That's something.
I didn't know that you were going to ask me this question.
You really had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh, yeah, where is she taking us?
Just while I have the mic for a second.
Yeah.
On behalf of Outside the Box and really the community of Indianapolis, I want to reflect a little bit on what you said, which is, we do lift each other up. We do need the opportunity to make friends. This is a fundraising event, but this is for us a huge opportunity for people to know what we do, because a lot of folks wouldn't find Outside the Box unless they had an individual in their family that they supported, or maybe were trying to get into our services. Without partners like Old National Bank, we would not have the exposure, and this event is going to be a really great opportunity for us to make more friends and be exposed more so people know about us. And this show, thank you guys for having us
Oh,
too.
you're more than
course.
welcome.
Thank you.
We're
More
glad
than
to,
welcome.
we're glad to be your new friend too.
I'm so glad to have new friends.
We play well, except for Fridays. We run down the hall with scissors.
Yeah, well,
that's right.
Otherwise, we're good. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's a laudable event, and you got a lot of CEOs and executives that are coming out. And it's not just 100 men who cook, right?
Well, I mean, it's 100 men who serve, some of which they rely
Serve
on
some
other
sort of
people.
edible food.
Not really cook.
All right.
And the other part is I really want to emphasize is the fact we have some CEOs, we have some very prominent people, but we have people from every type of occupation, it's a very, very diverse group that we have that serve as chefs, and I really think that a lot of the beauty of the event is the diversity in the chef talent that we have.
Fantastic.
And if any chefs want to bring food by between now and the event for us to taste test
Oh,
it, we can give you our
That's a great
opinion.
idea.
Hey, Dane is
Once I
not
select
above that. Yeah, he might do it.
You know,
Yeah, man.
week over week, we can showcase a particular dish of 100 Men Who Cook, right? I mean, I
I think it's a great idea.
I think
I
there's
see an
something there.
opportunity here. So.
See, we're
Okay.
all working
Done
for
and done.
tips. They're working for tips. That's the cool thing. You
We
can
can
go
leave
right
a
now.
tip jar. I
Right.
mean, you guys see the tip jar right here. We could actually leave a tip jar here for donations. Hey.
Or you can go online right this very second and put him
And
in
give to me.
first
Yeah.
by giving Dane a tip.
I'm behind this
right
year, so
now.
please help me out.
Because your organization supports great people in the city, so
do.
we should be tipping you because you do awesome work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Right back at you.
All right, it's getting a little thick in here. Okay. Thank you, everybody, and kudos to you. And we're certainly going to lift you guys up and
Yeah, good
make sure that everybody knows about what this event's about and anything else that we can do for you. Just let us know. All right?